Welcome to a special edition of the Coop with Kit. Okay, I'm sitting here with my producer, Harper McDonald, and you guys have DM'd us so many questions that we're going to call this, what are we calling it, Harper? Council?
Ask the Coop?
Ask the Coop?
The Coop Council?
The Coop Council?
I don't know. I think
Mailbag?
Am
I the one that still goes to the post office?
Mailbag. The Coop mailbag just rolls right off your tongue.
It just goes. Well, you've asked for some advice to be answered.
Yeah.
And clearly, I have zero qualification to answer any questions. So this will be
not true.
We will be weighing in on all of this, but I certainly love to give my opinion.
Yes, and you've been through a lot in your life. And while we're not going to make this an interview about you, though I would love to, we'll work it in a little bit. You've been through things. You've been through big things in your career. You've been through big things in your life. And I know whenever I need advice on something, I come to you and I say, hey, I'm trying to figure this out. You come back with some fabulous advice from your mom or your dad. It's just this one-liner that encapsulates it in the most poignant of ways and the most charming of ways. And it makes sense to me that people are writing in and asking your advice on things. So
Right. Thank you for that, Harper.
Okay,
You
so-
do the same for me. So to our mailbag we go.
Mailbag. Here we go. I'm cracking open the mailbag. Okay. I just turned 50 and I feel like I'm stuck in a rut with my career and personal life. What's your advice for finding new passions and rediscovering my spark?
Who's this from, Harper?
This is Julie from Arkansas.
Julie. What up,
What's
Jules?
up, Julie?
Ooh, Jules. First of all, the one way I lead my life is ready, fire, aim, Jules. Don't worry about having all the answers of where you're going or even the path. Just try whatever you're interested in. Don't overthink it. Ready, fire, aim. All the women on our podcast, especially the ones over 50, I feel like have not even hit their stride. So you are prime right now to take off in your life for what is meant for you. So go for it, girl, for whatever you want, and report back to us. But the
And do you
time is
remember
now.
Rachel gave fabulous advice on this one too?
What'd she
Rachel
say?
Hollis. She had said, figure out the things that you don't love. Figure out the things that are not your passions, right? So to your point, ready, fire, aim on the things that you are catapulted toward, right?
And to her point, and my dad used to always say this with jobs, part of figuring out what you want to do is figuring out what you don't want to do. So to Rachel's point, try all of the things, and if it doesn't work, that's okay. I also have no fear of failure in the sense that who cares, Jules? Just try it.
Okay. This one's really funny.
Okay.
Okay. I just found out my mom joined a dating app and is getting more matches than I am. Should I feel threatened or just laugh about it?
Who's this from?
This is from Susie. Doesn't say where Susie's from.
Suze, your mom sounds like my cup of tea. No, there is no jealousy ever with mothers and
Should I feel
daughters and
threatened?
friends and family. This is outstanding, Suze. You give your mom a big fat high five and be right there for her, as I'm sure she's there for you. I think this is unbelievable.
I mean, think about your mom. Okay, so let's just talk about Bug. I'm not saying that Bug's on a dating
Yes.
app or anything like
But
that.
Bug could be.
Bug's
Bug is
single
single
right
now
now.
at 85.
And
Oh my
smoking
gosh.
hot.
I have to tell y'all the funniest story. Bug and I were just down at Amelia Island, and we were over at Cumberland Island, which is this private little island. We're on a boat. True story. She's 85. And this man in his 60s came over looking like Indiana Jones. And he saunters up to Bug, and Bug actually knows a lot of history about
Indiana
Cumberland
Jones?
Island.
Oh, about Cumberland
Island.
Okay.
It's where JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette
of
got
course.
married.
Yeah, of
It's
course,
this
yes.
magical island. So this man and Bug are chatting it up. And I swear to y'all, and I'm not kidding, and Bug is going to crack up. My daughters and I were dying. Bug saddles up to me. She's like, you see who just saddled up to me? Bug still got it.
She does. She does.
Listen, it's all about the twinkle. So, Suze, I don't know how old you are, but do not worry. As Bug and I say, we love dancing eyes. Let your mom have so much fun with this. Enjoy life. Laugh as much as you can.
That's so
and weed
fun.
that garden for any of the bad ones in there, but have fun in
And
the
maybe
process.
maybe the two of them should go out together.
They should go out together.
should go out
Wait,
together.
quickly on that note, something funny. I have never, that's such a foreign concept of ever being jealous of a mom or a daughter. That's not in me. I think
Right.
jealousy, for all of our listeners, is a wasted emotion. I have never felt it. I've never kept up with the Joneses. I am not wired for that. It serves no purpose.
Yep.
What do they say? The comparison is the thief of joy, and it goes with that. Like, I don't. So, no, don't even be jealous of your
Like,
mom. Are
let's
you
go,
kidding
Mom.
me?
Go,
Yeah.
Mom. Okay. Dear the Coop, I'm afraid I'll wake up one day and regret the chances I didn't take. How do I stop letting fear hold me back?
Who's this from?
This is from Lauren.
Lauren in California?
No, in Oregon.
Oregon. Lauren in Oregon. Well, Lauren, first of all, it's never too late to start whatever you want to start. I'm actually a person who is wired for no fear. I definitely jump before I look. I do not look.
Do you want to talk about road rules?
Yeah, road rules. Oh my gosh, should I tell that story quickly?
Sure.
Y'all, when
Yes,
I
please.
got road rules, I was 24 years old. I had just gotten hired to work at this unbelievable ad agency in Atlanta called Tucker, Wayne, and Lucky. I went through no less than 8 interviews to get this. Like, I always wanted to be in advertising. I never wanted to be on TV. I never wanted to be famous. This was never part of the gig. And I got this advertising job, Harper. This was it. And it was a lock. So once you get in there, it's like that was a pretty much stable job. 3 days later, I got a call from MTV about this road rules to go into Winnebago. And I took the leap. And it was a 3-month gig that was definitely going to end. There was no such thing as reality TV. So nobody knew what the heck it was. And I took the leap with no fear. And I credit my mom and dad, Bug and Bucky. I don't know many parents that wouldn't have said, hey, bird in hand, you got this incredible job that you've worked hard for. You want to get into advertising. But there was something about this other thing that I had to take the chance. And I jumped. And I wouldn't be where I was with my career if I'd never done it. It changed my life.
It launched
my career
for you.
So sorry to make that about me, Lauren, but Harper reminded me of that story. I think for anybody listening, God, I sound like a broken record, but regret is a wasted word. You can't build on it. You cannot build on regret. So let that go and you begin tomorrow with whatever you want to do. I will talk you through the jump.
Well, and
Just
I also
jump.
think it's like, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
Like literally, what's the worst that can happen? Like
My dad
just
always
try.
says, don't take life so seriously.
Right.
And he's 90.
Right.
Don't take it so seriously. That doesn't mean don't work hard. That doesn't mean give it everything you got,
Absolutely.
but don't take it so seriously.
Absolutely. How have you kept such an incredible relationship with your mom and dad, with Bug and Bucky?
Bug and
I mean,
Bucky.
because it's so coveted. I mean it. First of all, that you have both of them and in your life and daily in your life. You speak to the two of them and your brother every single day. I tell you how much I admire this about you. How have you credited that relationship after all these years?
I think it's one of my greatest successes, as well as my relationship with my kids and their relationship with one another. I don't know what it is about my mom and dad and brother. There's just the 4 of us, and my parents divorced when I was in my 30s, and the 4 of us are just thick as thieves. Can I still say thick as thieves, or is that gone now too?
Why can't you say
I
thick
don't
as
know
thieves?
everything you can't say anymore. So y'all don't
think you
come
could
after
say
me.
thick as
Can I
thieves.
say thick as thieves, Courtney? Okay.
I think you can.
Courtney's our young
I
one.
don't
that
even know
can-
what that's referencing.
I don't know, but now you literally can't say anything, and you know I will step in it. So okay,
I think thieves are still okay. I don't know.
Is that okay?
I do not
Did
know
I
the
offend the
historical
thieves?
reference to that one, so I'm going to say we're okay.
No, but I will say my brother and I talk all the time that our mom and dad are our favorite people on the planet, and I think it's because growing up we were so their priority, and they were never our friends, so it wasn't that kind of relationship. But there's nobody we love or respect more. So I don't know. It must be like a earned thing, but the 4 of us truly love to be together. And we laugh about that saying about keeping up with the Joneses. Not only did we never keep up with the Joneses, we were annoyed if the Joneses wanted to hang with us. Like, we just liked being the 4 of us together.
Yeah.
And definitely an endorphin family. We would run road races in the morning and then play doubles tennis in the afternoon. And then Harper, we'd have family dinner together. And we just love being together. I think we bring out the best in one another. My mom was the, matron of honor in my wedding, and my dad is just
Did she plan your bachelorette party?
Heck no. Trevor, Boner, Lala, Buddha, those girls planned it. Good. Bug did not go. Bug says, honey, I'm not that type. Bug said, I don't want any part of that, honey. That's for you and your friends. I'm not a hanger-oner. But she did say,
She's not a
I am
hanger-oner.
not wearing a tacky bridesmaid's dress. I'm going to tell you that right now. So we laughed about that. But no, thank you for pointing that out. They're my favorite. So I start every morning, 6:30 with a cup of coffee, calling my mom Bug.
But you know what's so nice about that, and I think about that for a lot of people who have parents who might be getting a little bit older, is in speaking with such regularity with them, then you're actually talking about what's going on for real versus if you speak once every 2 weeks or something, or once a week even.
Yeah.
You're like, so what's going on? Oh, well, I had this. It's maybe more of a gripe with love session than it is how we feeling today.
Yeah.
And that's so powerful, like to allow yourself the ability to have that kind of relationship with your parents. It's
Thank you for that.
really very
It's funny.
cool.
You only know what you
Yeah.
know. So I've always been like this with them. But I will say now, my kids see it. And I have that relationship with my 3 kids, especially my oldest who's living in New York. So it's really cool. And my middle daughter, because she's in college, when they're away, that they call and we just talk about everything and nothing. And I think when it becomes that, if they're a natural priority, so there's nothing about this that's forced, like, oh God, let me call Bug. I look so forward to it. And then, of course, I'm going to call her on the way home, and I'll call her when I leave here tonight if it's not too late. And the same with my dad. We're in constant contact. And my brother, who is my all-time favorite person, he's 6'2". We're 13 months apart. He calls
golden
me
child.
Junior. Yeah, the golden child. The self-titled golden child.
So good.
God, I've never met a bigger rascal, and I try to be him every single day. He's
that's so
actually the
good.
funniest one of our family, and anybody that watched Road Rules, anything funny I said, I stole from him and his friend Kit Walsh. And so they do not let me live it down. In fact, last night I was getting a text like, Junior, you're going to steal any more of our lines that you talk about and claim them as your own? And I said, absolutely.
Yep. Every day.
Check. So call your mom and dad. You can put that on track right now.
Call your mom and dad.
Or take them out if they're close by. I would love it.
Do you remember a piece of advice that your mom has given you that you have given to one of your kids sometime in the last week?
100%. Bug, my whole life, has said to me, life is not a dress rehearsal. And I live it, and I say that to my kids weekly. And now they say it without me even telling them. When my oldest daughter was studying abroad, which, by the way, if you're lucky enough to ever do that, we never did it. I think it's like a fancy thing that's come about now. But Campbell said that every time she and her friends would go out to dinner, wherever they were, they would raise glass and say, life is not a dress rehearsal. Think about that line, though. Back to the viewer question about not taking chances or regret. What are you waiting for? This isn't a dress rehearsal.
Right.
This is our
Let's
time.
go.
Fail, get up, step down, keep going. And so I love that quote.
That is so beautiful.
Bug's learning to needlepoint, and I want her to put it on a belt for us, Harper.
She's going to do a belt?
Yeah.
A Coop belt?
A Coop belt. This is life is not a dress rehearsal. It might take a couple of years to finish.
Well, why does she bring it out when she comes to visit?
She's doing it.
Can we help? Is it a
I don't know if you
joint?
can needlepoint together, but she wants to go out with you and Honey. Harper's mom's
for
name
sure.
is Honey, and the 4 of us have
I
the
looked
greatest
around
time
for
together.
I looked around for tea reservations. We'll talk
book
about
that.
it. Yep. I've got a couple holds for us. Okay. My friends and I want to start a book club, but none of us want to read anything. How do we turn this into a wine and snacks club without admitting that we're not going to read anything?
First of all,
this sounds like Thursday.
aren't we all in that book
Tuesday,
club?
Sunday.
You know what's awesome, Harper? You and I have our pickleball club, and I feel the same way when we show up with Cheetah and Megan. All we want to do is hoot and holler, and it takes a minute. There is nothing better than getting
girlfriends.
together with your girlfriends. There's just nothing.
Nope.
You and I are so lucky to have all of our friends. You've got all the awesome friends like I do from elementary school and high school and college, and then new friends. It's like the
magic.
girlfriends meet. They're magic.
I feel like every girl group has talked about at some point just creating a compound of just your best
Yes.
ladies around you and just drink wine, pretend you have a book club. I mean, there's so many options.
I just had, as you know, 8 of my best friends
That's
out
so
from
good.
college, and Harper loves all their nicknames. And these women, gosh, so we're adding up all the years. So I met all of them when I was 18, and we're still just best friends. And we said that same thing, like, that's what I want my back 9 to be. More time with all of the women that I love. Do you know what's great about girlfriends is it's not the big stuff, right? In my mind, it's not the fancy dinners or that. The greatest is coffee in the morning when you all come down. We sat for hours when my girlfriend was here, just laughing and hooting and hollering and loving on one another, and just that feeling of comfort. Yeah, you and I are so similar. Like,
That's so
shout out to all of our
fabulous.
girlfriends.
Okay, dear Kit, I signed up for a 5K race to impress a guy I like, but now I hate running. Should I fake an injury or actually try to survive the thing?
First of all, who is this? What is her name?
This is Anne.
Yep. Anne, and where's
She's
Anne
from Wisconsin.
Annie, hi, I love Wisconsin. I got some Badgers. Harper, she doesn't need to be impressing this guy.
Nope.
But I love that she signed up for the 5K.
Yep.
Annie, this guy should be chasing you. We do not chase, we attract. But what I want to tell you is I love running, and it's all over my social media because it's a free, happy pill. And for anybody that wants to start, because I know how hard it is, put on good music that you like. Run a song, walk a song. Run a song, walk a song. Or as much as you can do. I promise It'll change your life. It's free. It costs you nothing.
Free
And then
endorphins.
cute Ann, you get out there and you fly that 5K and you let anybody who's taken notice come after you.
You've ran a lot of races.
Yep.
You've ran a lot of your own races.
Yep.
What has there ever been a moment of like, I can't do this?
First of all, what Harper's referencing is my dad always says, run your own race my whole life.
I love it.
You
I thought about that
compete
the
with
other day.
nobody my whole life. Yes, running can be hard. Recently, my body's changing. I don't know, this thing called menopause or perimenopause.
jacking you up.
But I've been so tired lately, and I went on a run the other day, and good Lord, I had no kick in my step. I
Dragging.
mean, it was a death march.
Yep.
And so it's hard, but I just gutted it out. But on a good day, when you feel it, it's awesome. And I just like running because Rachel Hollis and I were talking about this, just mentally. It's such a freeness for me and openness. And I feel like it's when I do my best work.
It is, and it's kind of
my
a
therapy.
meditation and it's your therapy. But what do you tell yourself when you feel like you can't keep running?
That's where I push even harder. I
love
think it's
it.
a metaphor for life.
I love it. So should she fake an injury or actually survive the thing?
Annie, sweet Annie.
Go, girl.
Sweet
You got
Ann,
this.
I think, first of all, if you don't want to run it, you just bag it. I think that if you feel like it, go in, walk it, enjoy it. Just have fun in the 5K. I think it's a 3.2. They play music. Races are so
It's
different
great.
when I started. Just enjoy it.
Okay, this is our last one.
Yeah.
Ready? Dear the Coop, I've had so many insecurities about my body after having kids. I'm now 53 years old. How do I start feeling confident and sexy again?
What's her name?
This is from Megan.
This is from Megan.
Yeah. She's Chicago.
In Chicago. Chicago. I love Chicago. Megan, first of all, I think you have a beautiful body. I can't see you. I don't know you. But I think as soon as we can love off and be grateful for our bodies, we win. Easier said than done. We all have those moments. But wow, you're 50 effing 3.
Let's
like,
go.
celebrate that and let's go. I'd like for everybody to lead with gratitude with our bodies in all shapes and all sizes. And I will say that my body has gone through total incarnations of everything. I'm 5 feet tall. I was about, if you've seen Road Rules, truth be told, and it wasn't even whatever, but I was probably 30 pounds heavier, and I did not care. I remember my jeans didn't fit, and I said, we gonna roll tonight.
I remember you tell that story. You're sort of like, it's weird. It was just harder to put the jeans
Truth
on.
be told,
But
it was a joke with the
you were-
producers. They were like the little ones getting bigger by the second. True story. And my head ate my neck, and I just remember thinking, nobody's gonna have more fun than I am.
Was
You know what
actually
I've
me
told my
having a good
daughters.
time.
I said, if you don't come back beer fat swollen from college, you are not living. You're in college once. Please eat late night food. Please go out. Please
When
study
in
hard.
doubt.
When in doubt, go out.
This
is my
the
role.
funniest thing that Kit had shared. With
But
me.
they
She
all
goes,
makes Dean's List. Like they work hard, but I love this.
Yes. But they're living life and enjoying it. But truth be told, women, when they get older, it's hard. You don't, yes, we all want to embrace exactly how we're feeling and we should be feeling great all of the time, but you don't feel great all the time. And I know that you are such a massive advocate of exercise and eating well and all that, but it's hard. Even Elizabeth Hurley was talking about this in our interview with her, and she was just sort of saying like, use good creams, try to eat well, and just have grace. Just have grace for yourself, right?
I do think grace and laughter and having a great sense of humor, I think is sexier than worrying about some hot body. And
That's so true.
And as a mother of daughters, you and I've talked about this, I just want them to love all the stages of their body, and they will emulate what you do. But that's exactly how I was raised. So,
Right.
Harper, I grew up every single morning with a chocolate milkshake with a raw egg. What? Salmonella. Bug put it in for protein.
Wait. She put it into the chocolate
Into
milkshake?
the chocolate milkshake. I ate,
Like cracked it in there.
cracked it in there.
Didn't even scramble it
Didn't
up.
even scramble it.
Okay.
My brother and I had a chocolate milkshake with raw egg.
I
We
might
sit-
have just thrown
threw
up
up in
my
your
throat
mouth
a little bit.
How about this? She followed it up with a peanut butter and bacon sandwich and then a
Gotta
side
love
of frosted
Bug.
flakes. And my brother Craig and I had it every single morning from kindergarten through 12th grade. That was our breakfast. I mean, that's your caloric intake for like
For
a
life.
week.
Well, for life. And both of you are massively intelligent, highly successful, and full-blown runners. You know what? I think it is that that raw egg, like
That raw
just
egg,
must
Bug
have
saw
done
Rocky,
something. Yeah.
put the salmonella in there. Craig and I laughed too because my mom, nothing ever expires in our house, right? So
Right.
the milk is
Yes.
fine 2 weeks
Yes.
past the date.
Yes.
Cheese, all cheese is blue cheese. It's all moldy, and Bug just chops that off. That's how we roll.
It's fine,
That's what we
honey.
say. We never got
Wait,
sick.
I do
We have
actually have to tell a
penicillin.
story. So there was one morning I was at your house. We were going to record something early, and you said, "Oh, let me get you some of my. You're going to have to fill this in for me. Do you want some coffee?" And I said, "Great." You said, "What do you take in it?" I said, "Nothing." You said, "You don't want anything?" I said, "No, no cream, no sugar, no milk, anything. I'm good." You said, "Great, but I really want you to try this." And I said, "Okay." And you put something in it, and I don't know what it was.
It's called collagen powder. I'm a sucker. I love to try anything.
That's fine. It was clumping up in ways that coffee should not have clumps. I mean, it just shouldn't. And
then I hit her with a
you
little
said,
MCT oil, and Harper was like, "I'm leaving right now."
I don't know what this is, but I remember. This is what I think is really funny. I'm sitting there holding the coffee and I'm looking down at it, and they're literally like coagulated white chunks in my coffee, and from a girl who truly puts nothing in her coffee. And you just said, "No, it's fine. Don't worry about those things. If you just mix it up, you just swallow it down, you'll be fine."
Like, Harper, just drink the coffee. The clumps go down with
That's
it.
what you said. And I felt like you were your mom in that moment.
100%.
Because I was like, that's something Bug would do.
Oh my gosh.
She'd be like, it's honey,
fine.
Honey, it's fine.
Honey, it's fine. Don't
fine.
sweat the small stuff,
No,
honey.
just drink it up.
Salmonella, blue cheese. That's the penicillin, honey.
Did you put blue cheese in my coffee?
I probably did. Bug said, "Honey, that's why your doctor's file was so thin, honey. You went once a year."
It's the cutest thing I've ever heard.
Oh my gosh.
Well, thank you for answering all these beautiful
Thank y'all
questions.
for sending them. I hope that wasn't
We
too
have
blah, blah,
so
blah.
many. We have so many. So we might do this a few times because I feel like lots of people want to hear from you, not just about you, but just how you navigate stuff.
All right.
So
Well, thank y'all
we'll
so
do more.
much. Harper, see you for coffee in the morning. Clumps included. See y'all next time on The Coop. I hope y'all like this. This is a ball. Send more questions. Okay, thanks, y'all.